I guess the stream crashed, and I'm back now. I'm back now, but I'm on a different stream, so I had to restart the stream in a different place. But I'm gonna get this link right here in the old chat. New stream. New stream is up. There it is. So we'll see if anybody comes back. It's usually harder to get all the people that were in the chat to come back over, but this happens. This happens occasionally. No, my streaming software, it crashed. It didn't like what I was saying about the patriarchy. I was just having a hard time there. Having a hard time. New stream. There's the link. Hopefully we get people back in here. Holy cow. What happened there? Again, the patriarchy just did not like what I was saying. It crashed my stream. It took me out. It took me out. Let's not all feminists, Clyde. Oh, okay, for sure, for sure. No, I'm talking about crazy pants feminists that say all this craziness. The matriarchy is pissed. I wondered, never happened before. No, this is the first time my OBS ever crashed on me like that. So I'm gonna have to check out some stuff because I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. Let me pop out the chat here. I can get going with you guys again. I don't know what time frame I'm at now. I gotta look at my watch to see how long I've been streaming. Now. Okay, we got a bit of time left. We got a little bit of time left. And I got a message. Are you doing a live show tonight or are you free? I'm live now. LOL. I'm live now. All right. But is this working? How many people have come back to the stream? Okay, we were at like 520 something people. We're down to 131. That's what happens when your stuff crashes on you, unfortunately. Clyde, you just started keeping going. You started keep going, lol. I'll get back into it. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get all the ins and outs of the streaminess. Just get unbelievable what happens sometimes. You get in the heat of the moment and then it just goes crash on you. Crash and burn. Gonna have to start that up. Oh, my web stuff isn't working for me now. Did everything crash? No. No. I hope not. Oh, that makes things really sad if that's the case. Oh, it looks like this has crashed too on me. Oh, total failure tonight, ladies and gents. Total failure. I can't show you what it is that I'm doing on my screen unless newbie 431 gifted 10 Clyde Do Something memberships to the community. Welcome all of you to the community. Thank you so much, Noob, for that contribution. Really appreciate it. But oh, now that's crashed on me. Maybe if I force quit that, the Stream Deck Manager, get that out of here. I might have to do some cleaning house in my computer. End that task so that it's gone. And then I can't even use it right now. That's unbelievable. Do the old unplug and plug it back in technique. Let's see if that works. Yeah, sometimes technical difficulties, folks. These things just happen, unfortunately. And sometimes you're just kind of forced to make things work. Anyway. Hey, Clyde from Oregon. Nice. Hello. Franslavko from Oregon. What the actual hell, Clyde? I thought they murked you. Oh, I thought so too. I was like, what? It just went and it crashed and it was done. Crash and burn. What the actual hell, Clyde? Yeah, right? Oof. Oof. Oof indeed. Okay, come on, get working. Back online here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the scenes. Not working. Yes, it's working. Okay, I'm able to share that. Here we go. We're back. Let's start our feminism rant again. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, not all feminists. So there's different brands of feminism. There is your, I want rights for women feminism. There's what they call TERFs now. There's the trans exclusionary feminists. That's a whole other thing. I think a lot of those are just trying to take it back to women worried about women and women's spaces. I think that's a great thing. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Women fighting for the rights of women to have their own spaces, washrooms, change rooms, things like that, having their own gyms if that's what they want, having their own everything, women only spaces. Totally in support of that stuff. Totally in support of that. I'm not talking about those feminists. I'm talking about the patriarchy is the problem of everything that's ever happened in society, and the patriarchy's got to go. What's the patriarchy? It's this thing that exists in the ether with this broad definition that doesn't really suit anything except for me to grandstand and get away with all the things and scapegoat all my problems onto. So that's the difference. And a lot of them refer to them as like third or fourth wave feminists, where it's just crazy pants, victim status, looking for excuses to grift and go after people. But what is a whammon? What is whammon? I think that's defined as an adult human female. But the challenge, Tempest, is what is an elephant? You won't like the answer. I heart J.K. Rowling. Yeah, isn't she considered a TERF? She's a trans exclusionary feminist who's looking out for the rights of women, women-only spaces, women's safety. I'm all for that. I'm all for that stuff. Feminism was co-opted by the CIA in the 60s and 70s. Is that right? Susan Wojcicki. Is this a feminism? I hope somebody clips that. Get that as a meme. What are they watching? Team TERF. Anyway, so what I'm referring to is the crazy pants feminism of, well, let's just have a look.
False rape accusations discredit rape victims, which reinforces rape culture, which is part of patriarchy. The idea of certain people are inherently more valuable than other people because of superficial physical attributes is part of patriarchy. The idea that men should coddle and provide for women and or purchase their affections.
Hello. No, I can't play that. I can't play. That's copywritten. That's definitely copywritten. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, she keeps going on about patriarchy to this guy, and he's, what is going on? What is happening? What is so anyway, this is the kind. Big Red was one of the first big examples that hit mainstream internet culture with her. She got nicknamed Big Red because of, well, you can probably guess why. So this flavor of feminism and Karen-like behavior sort of go hand in hand. It's a typical thing, and I'm not trying to specifically rag on the situation with the person that I ran into, because who cares, right? I really don't care about that. But what it brings to light is that some people in real life society actually hold these views. They believe that Men are the root of all problems. They believe in this thing called toxic masculinity, as if that's a real thing. I mean, there's masculinity and femininity. It's the yin and the yang. We need these things to coalesce and be nature. You try to upset the balance of nature, all kinds of bad stuff goes on. But this is the thing, right? It's a grift. It's these people. Everything is the fault of the patriarchy. Everything is the thing. I told the story at work today, and I was having a laugh about it, and then just started blaming everything on the patriarchy today. It was like, bang my thumb. The patriarchy's out to get me again. It's the patriarchy. But the patriarchy apparently is the perpetrator of the wage gap, and this is the myth of the wage gap that is actually permeated into normal society, and a lot of people actually believe this thing called the gender wage gap. It's an absolute myth. It doesn't actually exist, and it can be explained, but it's more easily explained to people with rudimentary just how to lie with statistics, right? All statistics or 80% of statistics are made up on the spot. So what's often done is they'll take two people in the same profession, or a bunch of people in the same profession. They'll break them up on how much they earn the same amount of money anyway, by the way. But they'll say at the end of the week, how much did you get paid? And then it turns out 75 or 70%, 80%, depends on the country, of the women make 80% of what the men make at the end of the thing. Now, well, this can be explained, and it's funny. There's articles all over the place. I could pull up a million of them. And there's articles to the contrary, and it's fun going over them too. We hear it over and over again, the myth of the gender wage gap. Hear President Obama speaking on June 4th, and we made progress. But doesn't he say a lot? I can't do a good impersonation, but he says a lot. But we've made a lot, or we've got a lot more to do. Women still earn just 70 cents of every dollar a man earns. An Obama campaign TV ad entitled First Law, which begins airing June 21st, showed the same 77-cent figure. Just one problem. It isn't true. There are 3 myths about the wage gap. Myth 1, women get less or paid less for equal work. The spurious assertion is that women are paid 77 cents for a man's wage dollar. Comes from comparing the earnings of a full-time men with those of full-time women. The comparison is bogus for 2 reasons. First, it lumps together men and women who work different numbers of hours. Any hours above 35 hours per week on average, full-time women work fewer hours than full-time men, often because they prefer it. Interesting. When comparisons are made between men and women who work 40 hours per week, when men make 87% of men's earnings, or when women make 87% of men's earnings, according to the Labor Department. For men and women who work 30 to 34 hours a week, women make 109% of men's earnings. So if you break that up and show them actually doing the hours equivalent, it looks like women are making more. Maybe they're just making more to that particular thing. Second, the gap claim averages for gender earnings from many and desperate vocations. For example, it averages women who work as social workers with men who work as investment bankers, female elementary school teachers with male engineers, and male loggers with female administrative assistants. For their own reasons, many women enter so-called help professions such as nursing, teaching, elder care, health services, nutrition, social work. These occupations pay less than do some more dangerous and physically demanding lines of work that attract more men. Engineering, mining, operating construction machinery. Legitimate comparisons look at men and women with the same job tenure in the same position at the same firm. If there's a big difference under those circumstances, there may be discrimination, giving women grounds to sue. Federal law forbids discrimination and permits such lawsuits. This is the thing. Loggers sound like a euphemism. You wouldn't believe. Loggers make so much money. There's not a lot of people entering that trade. Not a lot of people. And it's very dangerous. It's absolutely very dangerous. So, yeah, absolutely. When economists compare men and women in the same job with the same experience, the analysis finds that they earn about the same. Studies by former Congressional Budget Office Director June O'Neill, University of Chicago economics professor Marianne Bertrand, and the research firm Consad all found that women are paid practically the same as men. President Obama says he's in favor of equal pay. Anyway, it's BS. And is this only this one paper? No, a Harvard study confirms the gender wage gap is just a myth. A Harvard study, peer-reviewed. The mythical gender weekly earnings gap can be explained by workplace choices that men and women make. Now, if you want to go towards an egalitarian society, there is a lot that can go wrong with an egalitarian society. Egalitarian societies would say, well, there's a gender wage gap, so we need to make sure that there's an equal amount of women in every occupation as there are men. That would eliminate your ability to choose what occupation you hold. Is that the kind of life that anyone would want to live in? I don't think I would be one to want to live in that life. I would want to live in Clyde Do Something land, and it would not be deplorable there. But this is the thing. To what ends? To what ends are we going for? I understand that actual feminists, people who are logical, have their heads screwed on right and are looking for, the ability for women to navigate through society and do so safely, walk the streets safely, live their life, make their decisions that they want to choose, and do whatever that is that they want to do, just the same as men. I think that is a noble cause. Working towards equal rights under the law, absolutely. But if you want equal outcomes, that is a dark path. So if you want to say, and this, like I said, this is a grift. This is a grift. I don't think that the people who believe this stuff actually believe this stuff. And if they do, well, don't know what to tell you. But the patriarchy, just like any other scapegoat, is such a tempting tool to use. We see these used all the time. Tempting tools. And this is why a lot of people, I feel, are getting themselves in the LMNOP group. They're in the alphabet group. Why? Because there's a currency going around right now. There's a currency, a grift currency, where you claim that you're part of some other marginalized group, and now you can get away with stuff that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get away with. Of course, it's a commodity now. Absolutely. So you can behave the way you want to behave. Yeah, the alphabet club. You can do all kinds of things and behave horribly, and you can get away with the repercussions of your own actions by scapegoating to one of your marginalized groups that you've made up. Now, I understand that there was people who have been marginalized in society. Yes, women have been marginalized in society historically, but that's not the case anymore. It is not the case anymore. Women can get into any field that they want to get into. I have a woman who works with me as a mechanic, and she's just as good as any other mechanic, straight up. And that's just how it is. That's absolutely just how it is. Of course, Because if she wasn't as good as any other mechanic and if she was subpar, she probably wouldn't be working with the team. It's just the way it goes. That's the nature of how things work. Now, some people could grift themselves into a position like that. It's kind of hard in the trades. But women aren't entering the trades en masse. There isn't as mass influx of women joining the trades. In fact, there's a lot of people saying, women, where are you? You've been saying you want to enter the workforce. Where are you? There's a shortage of trade workers. I would encourage women who say like all this stuff, put your money where your mouth is. Join the trades. There's incentives that they don't advertise. It's kind of funny. But here in British Columbia, if you join the automotive trade and you go through your first year of school, there's grants for people who graduate for your first year of school. If you're a man, you get $1,000. If you're a woman, you get $2,000. Tell me that's fair. Tell me that's not discrimination based on sex. They didn't even advertise that in the first place. Nobody knows this, but they do it anyway. After the second year, you get $1,000 if you have a penis. If you got a vagine, you get $2,000. On the third year, nothing. After fourth year and you graduate and you get your red seal, you get your certificate of authenticity, your certificate of being a professional mechanic, educated in your field. Men get a $2,000 bonus. Women get, I think it was like $6,000. This is a reality. So, I mean, there are all kinds of incentives for women to enter the trades and all kinds of fields. They're just not taking those offers. They're not taking them up. And I'm not out there to say that women have to. If they want to, they're welcome. Absolutely. But when you go out there and you tell me that things are because of this mystical, magical patriarchy, that I don't know anybody who disrespects women. I don't. I mean, I knew a couple of, players when I was growing up, and they just, treated women horribly. And you know what? It's led to an unhappy life for them in the long run because they're lonely. But that's their life. This is not the norm. There's no normal thing. And the funny thing is you got so many women going for those guys. Okay, whatever. Go for those playboys. But the real women that end up happy with the men who are seeking the same thing. We're yin and yang. We need the masculine, feminine. When you're raising families, you need your mommy and your daddy. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons why families split up or don't have one of the mother or father, and that's I'm not gonna say that it's no good. I'm just gonna say that they're at a disadvantage and you have to work harder. But this is the reality of the situation. Finally, Clyde says it. No, this is the reality of the situation. And I'm not saying that you have to live by whatever model, but this is this is definitely not when things don't go right for you in life. Scapegoating only hurts you in the long run. If you blame the patriarchy, if you blame racism for situations that are absolutely not racist situations, if you blame sexism, you blame whatever, if it's always somebody else's fault, you're not going to fare well. It's always good to take responsibility for your own actions. I mean, I don't have an excuse. I don't have a scapegoat that I can go to. Maybe I can scapegoat. I'm a deplorable. I'm a helpless deplorable. No, because I'm a deplorable in society. I'm the guy. This sounds like an ism talking. Yeah, no, I'm not an ism. I'm not an ism at all. But scapegoating will get you nowhere. And that's kind of the point I'm getting at with the whole patriarchy. The patriarchy malarkey. I love it that people still blame the patriarchy for bringing us into modernity. It felt so racist. Lol. Peter Griffin, 1HR, simply stating he's trans. But everybody, yeah, I mean, that's the clamor to be a part of a marginalized group. It's funny that we've come to this point where people want to be a part of a marginalized group. It used to be people were marginalized and they wanted to be out of that marginalized group. That was definitely a thing that people wanted to overcome, get out of. And the more we've been pushing towards a society without marginalized groups, people are trying to create more marginalized groups to become a part of. Watch Paul Joseph Watson and his modernity videos. They might appeal to you. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm just coming up with this on my own. Am I making sense to people? I hope. I absolutely hope that's the case. I've said patriarchy enough times. I'm pretty sure YouTube's probably taken this one and put it on the hit list. My last stream didn't go down. I'm still good. It looks okay. But yeah, the theme of the night tonight is we're deplorables and we're stuck in the patriarchy. Absolutely. If you're gonna have a goat, make sure it's a statue that has a cocaine addiction, not a scape one. One last thing before we get going, because I want to have some wobbly pops with the community. I'm gonna join up in that Discord and get chatting with all of you. I'm so toxic. My nickname is Foreskin. You guys are great. One last thing. Real fun video that released just the other day, and it was actually hold on, there was an article made the news again. We made the news, folks. This was again, of course, and I gotta find the link, and of course it went to my wrong screen. Here we go. National Post, first reading. Oh, 420 Guru, the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. You didn't say anything though. Jump in the chat, say something if you wanted to express yourself. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Absolutely. Master of Snatch, it is indeed. Here, Clyde, do something with this. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, before we go, first reading, see the eerie deepfake that has Justin Trudeau reading an anti-Trudeau book. I love this. So this was a YouTube channel. I forget the name of the channel. We'll pull that up. That's Alex Woods made this video, but let's get into the description of it. First reading is a daily newsletter keeping you I don't care about your newspaper. Let's just... First, a public service announcement. Top story, in a particularly eerie demonstration of the capabilities of deepfake technology. A new YouTube video features a fake Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, seeming to read an anti-Trudeau children's book. Posted on Tuesday by Alex Woods, the video shows a computer-generated Trudeau reading The Prime Minister Who Stole Freedom, a parody children's book in the style of Dr. Seuss that mocks Trudeau's government's response to the Freedom Convoy, I keep using that word, in February. Written by Calgary author Derek Smith, the book briefly topped the Amazon bestsellers charts in June. Apparently, it's back on the rise because of this video. Too good. Briefly, my tale. Yeah, it was bestseller for weeks. Penned in the style of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, it features petty, vindictive prime minister scheming to strip civil liberties from his citizens. Every person in Canada liked freedom a lot, but the prime minister who ran the country did not, reads the opening page. The 9-minute video features fake Trudeau sitting in the prime minister's wood-paneled center block office. He introduces the prime minister who stole freedom as something he could relate to on just about any level and reads the books in its entirety. The whole illusion is made possible from a form of artificial intelligence known as deep fake technology. $10 super chat from Anonymous. Thank you so much, Anonymous. LOL. Copy and paste my fave here, Clyde. Do something with this. Thank you so much. Wobbly pops on you guys tonight. Love that. But why don't we get into this deep fake? Oh, I'm guessing face. Deep copy and paste my face here. Here's Justin Trudeau reading what he says is his favorite book. I love this. It's so good.
Hi, this is Justin Trudeau. The great Canadian book that I'd like to share with you today is one that marked me very recently. It was a book that I got excited about reading through. It's called How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom by Derek Smith. Here was a book that I could relate to
so
on just about any level. And my lifelong love of reading really took off, if it can be said to have started at any given moment, when I first started this book.
Shut that off.
It starts very simply in the city of Ottawa on Parliament Hill. The Canadian government debate and pass bills. Every person in Canada liked freedom a lot, but the Prime Minister who ran the country did not.
Anyway, so he goes into reading the whole book, but take that off the screen. That guy's disgusting. I hate this voice. It's so convincing, though. It's amazing. But he goes through the whole book and he's reading all the passages. It's really, really good. I mean, it looks, it crosses that uncanny valley where you're like, okay, this is fake. But this is a guy who's just making these on his own. He's not using, I don't think he's got top technology stuff, like big lab or something to put these together. He's putting these things together on his own. And if you check out his YouTube channel, like I said, it's Alex Woods, 65 subscribers. I'm subscribing to that guy. If you check out his channel, which this video, why has it got 8 views? That's weird. No, this has got to be wrong. The wrong one. No. Anyway, maybe it's because I haven't refreshed it. Anyway, you can check out on his channel. What was the title of the video? It's How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom, presented by Justin Trudeau. But you can check out on his channel. You see his oldest videos is really like janky looking, and every step of the way he's just been getting better and better and better at these deepfake videos. And it's amazing what you're able to accomplish, because not only is he doing the face, but he's doing the voice. It's crazy.
Free. But what they don't realize is they work for me. My accounts are in need of filling, and I have just the excuse that I need. A new virus is spreading called COVID-19.
It's uncanny. Uncanny. But it is the uncanny valley. It's kind of weird, but it's the thing. He trolls, aka clouding. Great reading scripts. What I found fascinating was the book. If you look at the book while he's reading, it's actually the book. It's Derek Smith's book
will be left
in his
to
hands.
Be found. From coast to coast, the truckers drove through the snow. Horn honking.
Yeah, see?
As flags waved to and fro. These horrible truckers, they just have to go.
That's amazing.
As the days
like
went
he actually
on,
replaced the book that Trudeau's holding with the actual book. So are we really in the Matrix? Right? Head blows up. Now this is where it gets kind of dangerous. With somebody who's able to make this kind of quality from home, just imagine what people who are skilled in this technology can pull off. Corridor Digital is a famous group on YouTube that do movies and special effects, show you the secrets behind all the special effects. They've been getting into deepfake in the past like 2 years, and some of the videos that they've put out are just ridiculously convincing. They did one with Keanu Reeves, with a guy who was really good at pretending to act like Keanu Reeves. So he had like a voice that sounded like Keanu, but similar height and build. Killer. Looked like the video looks like it's Keanu. There's another one where they did it with a Tom Cruise impersonator, and it was after they do the deep fake face on him. You can't tell. You couldn't tell. If you were just watching that on the news, have you ever seen the Tom Cruise one? Just explaining it. Yeah, it's unbelievable how well they could pull it off. So keep your eye out for these deep fakes, because I have a feeling they're going to be using these in the future to make announcements that maybe aren't real things happening really in the world. But hey, why would you listen to some deplorable about that? Why don't we head over to the Discord and we'll go hang out and we'll have some wobbly pops and we'll talk about all this stuff over in the Discord. I know last week there was some contention, there was some issues because there was only 25 people. We didn't even realize there was a limit of how many people could get into the room in the Discord. We've since fixed that. It can hold up to 99 people now, so you don't have to worry about that. Jump in the room and we'll hang out sowing seeds of Discord. Well, Discord, the social media app. Anyway, link in the description down below. If you're not already a member there, you can join up. It's free. Click the link. It'll take you to the Clyde Do Something server. There's a series of chat rooms on the left-hand side. You can go in down below the general chat and all of that. You'll see it'll say voice channels, and there's it'll say voice underneath. You'll see a bunch of users already in there. Jump in. We'll hang out. And that's what we do on Friday nights. It's a ritual. It's a thing that we do constantly. Anyway, I've been streaming for over 2 hours. It's kind of hard to keep track because the stream got broken halfway through. We lost a bunch of people, but hey, we maintained so many others. You guys are great. Big thank you for all your support all week, every week, and love doing these live streams, and especially love hanging out with you guys in the Discord. So let's go do that. We'll see you next time. Keep on trucking.